How was the off season for the team? Just getting ready for this upcoming campaign.
It was great. It was great. We obviously added some new pieces, so kind of getting to know those guys both off the court and on the court, kind of building our foundation again for this year and introducing the new guys to kind of what we're all about, how we play. So yeah, the off season was great.
How do you do that? Is it just going down on the court playing? Is it off court activities? How do you build that camaraderie with some of the new guys?
Yeah, it's definitely a mixture of both. There's a kind of a blend of stuff you need to take care of. Obviously, off the court relationships are super important. So kind of getting to know what makes a guy tick, and then playing together, learning how the style of play and how a guy moves, and kind of putting the two together.
Yeah, I know you don't you want to move on to the next season, but we have to go back to last year. You had a very strong NCAA tournament run. What was that like for you, just being in that moment and just seeing that success come to you and the team as well in the national level?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. We had goals from the beginning of the season to make the tournament. So to be able to see that come to fruition was awesome. And then, from a personal and team perspective, being able to play well at that stage is what you dream about. And, I'd be lying if I said, we still didn't feel like we got to where we needed to get to. We had stuff left in the tank and we wanted to advance. So as good as it was, we've got our eyes set on it again and to go further this time.
Yeah, and how do you do that? What can you carry over from last season, especially that late season run, and bring it into this campaign?
I think just the attitude of playing with passion and fire. I think having a chip on your shoulder, like we did down the stretch, defending with pride, playing the right way, sticking to what we do, and relying on our habits. Practice is great for that, but make sure we have our mindset ready, from the get-go and really set the tone early.
Yeah, and how is the makeup of the team? You lose 2 double-digit scores, and how's that adjustment been for the squad? Not necessarily replacing them, but just seeing what's the new dynamic of the team. How's that been for you?
It's been great. I mean, we're lucky enough to retain, a really good core coming back, and then we've plugged in some really talented new guys. And so I think that's a good blend to kind of have a fresh start with some guys, and then also have a good core that knows our program, knows what we do, and can kind of carry that over to next season.
Who have been some guys that have either newcomers or maybe some guys who had smaller roles last year but have really shown improvement for you this year?
Yeah, I mean, our the 3 freshmen, Marcus, our grad transfer, have been excellent. They bought in fully. They are 10 toes in, and so those guys have fit in really nicely. And then the core guys from last year have just been solid. We've tried our best to convey to those new guys what we do and how we play, and it's gone pretty well.
Yeah, I know men's basketball has had a really strong presence, but but football is a very noted Notre Dame on an international level, but it still carries a big name. What's it like being a basketball player for Notre Dame? Because I'm pretty sure it's a national fan base, and you have just a lot of different people that follow you maybe than other programs.
Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame is a special place. I think it's got great brand recognition. Like, everybody seems to know Notre Dame. They recognize the logo, and it's a historic program, both football, basketball, athletically in general. So, it's special. I think, our fans are tremendous, and like you said, it is a national fan base. And so that, having that type of support and buy-in from the fans is awesome, and it's more encouragement for us.
Was that I'm sorry for you. Was there a factor for you when you were making not the football side of it necessarily, but just I'm sure the education aspect, but just the name of the program? Was that all factors that came for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at the school as a whole is definitely a factor. I mean, as a player, you want to be somewhere where people appreciate what you guys do, and so being able to win and succeed with fans behind our back and kind of supporting us and pushing us is awesome. And so being in a culture and an environment such as Notre Dame, where people care, it definitely impacts you. And so I think I saw that. I felt that when I was visiting, and I've continued to feel that as I've been there.
And you took advantage of a home field advantage last year. I think when you said 14 out of 15 games, you even said in the big room, went on 15 of them.
Yeah.
But what's that like being in that environment, and going to a tough place to play? I mean, in South Bend, it can be tough to get to, and Coach joked about the snow, and is that part of just the environment too, making it tough on the opponent?
Absolutely. And so we had a great turnout for a lot of our games last year. We sold out a bunch of games, and so making that home court a tough place for opponents to come into and taking pride in what we do there, that's a weapon for us. And so, hopefully the fans will be as eager as they were last year to kind of turn out and support and continue to protect that home court.
And lastly, what will the team have to do well, either on or off the court, to reach your set goals this year?
I think we have to, put both sides of the ball together. I think we need to defend at a high level and score the ball at a high level. And like Coach said, we've never struggled particularly with scoring it. We've got a lot of talented guys. We've got versatile guys who can shoot. So we can fill it up. But defensively, I think we've taken big strides in that direction to become a really hard-nosed defensive team. But putting those together on the same night is a recipe for success.